Welcome back. This is part 5. Part 5 of problem 1 of bounded variable simplex method. So at the end of the part 4, we have finished the simplex table 4. But in the part 4, we are studying part 4 and this is the part 5. We are studying the case of theta is equal to theta 2. In the entire part 4, we have studied the case of theta is equal to theta 2. I repeat, what are the steps we have calculated in part 4? We have calculated at the end of the simplex table 3, we have calculated theta 1, theta 2 and UR. We got theta is equal to theta 2. So in this case, what we have to do? I again recollect the points. First one, whatsoever yk leaves and yr enters and yk leaves from the basis, the procedure is going to be calculated with the help of the simplex procedure, as usual simplex procedure. That is what here, y1 enters, y2 double dash enters and y1 leaves, which is to be calculated by as usual simplex procedure with relevant row operations. We have to calculate it. It was finished. That the calculation of y2 double dash enters, here it entered, and y1 leaves. Y1 is leave from the basis. In the simplex table 3, we have y1 in the basis. It was now it leaves from the basis. So this is what the procedure we have finished in the part 4. So now it is the case is going to be continued. The case was not finished. So that is the first part. The second part is what we have to do. Second and third part. There are two particular another parts which are required to do in the case theta is equal to theta 2. Whenever theta is equal to theta 2, you have to do first of all yr enters, yk leaves as is from the as usual simplex procedure, and then now it is to be continued that you will have some particular variable which is in the non-basic, and that is to be substituted at its upper bound and then put it at 0 level. These are the two another particular points are going to be calculated. So now you see, you observe here minus 1 by 2. Now observe the net evaluations here, and you have to reconsider that. Again, of course, simplex table 4 and whatever it is, the simplex table 5 I draw, both are of the same particular case. In this case, we are doing two particular simplex tables. You please remember, in the case theta is equal to theta 2, we have to do two simplex tables. One from immediately you have to calculate yr enters, yk leaves, and then after that again we have to reconsider this particular table, and then you have to observe the net evaluations, the sign of the net evaluations. For example, you see here minus 1 by 2. Then again you have to put the arrow mark here, and this is what the remaining calculations for which you see here the corresponding vector y1. It is going to be, it decides the value of r is equal to 1 now. Previously it is r is equal to 2. You see here ur is equal to u2, that is r is equal to 2, second variable. But now the non-basic variable, you remember the procedure, it depends on xbk is a non-basic, and put it and substitute it at its upper bound, which means the non-basic. Which one non-basic? This is not basic. u2 enters already, y2 double dash. Therefore, which is non-basic? Now you observe here this decide this arrow marker, and from corresponding to this we have y1, that is x1 is a non-basic variable now. Corresponding to that, we don't write and we don't calculate further again. So no, don't think the remaining calculations are going to be made with the help of the simplex table as usual simplex result. No. Here we should not confuse that. Still, whatsoever the variable which is in the non-basic, which one, that is going to be decided like this. So now x1 corresponding to y1, this is the vector corresponding to the variable y1, x1 is nothing but the variable. This is called non-basic. It is at non-basic because it is not in the basis. Simply you can easily understand. For which you have to substitute at its upper bound and put at 0 level. These are the 2 points you have to calculate for x1 non-basic. Right? That is what now I am calculating. So the further 2 particular points. In the same case, theta is equal to theta 2, we are calculating now. So now it is required to consider the x1 is non-basic. You please note down that particular point very clearly and so that you can calculate the further calculations. Therefore, what I am doing here, x1 is non-basic. I write simply this particular point and so that you can easily understand remaining all the values. So therefore, from this point u1 is equal to, that is the variable here u1, that is upper bound, the u1, it is considered as it is 4. Okay, so now that means based on this, what is meant by substituting it at upper bound, what is meant by putting at 0 level. So these are the 2 particular things are going to be considered, which means whenever we do this, the basic variables must be updated. You see here, that is what my point is, nothing but so you see here it is unusual. 5 by 2 minus 3 by 4 minus value, negative value, that cannot be considered in any particular solution of the xbi. The solution of x should not be negative. So therefore it must be upgraded, that is updated the values. That is only we are doing. That is nothing but substituting it at its upper bound. So what is the formula for substituting it at its upper bound? xbk is equal to xbk r is equal to xbk r dash minus yk r ur. So where we have the formula where 0 less than equal to xbk r dash less than equal to ur. Leave it. This is what the point we have to calculate. And then put it at 0 level. The formula is xr is equal to ur minus xr dash, where 0 less than equal to xr dash less than equal to ur. It must be known. For this, that is the limits of xr dash are to be written, are to be computed, calculated. Right? So now you say, you take this particular value. So r is equal to 1, that is r is equal to 1 is fixed, for which we have to consider u1. Okay, and then now you see here I am calculating xb1, k is equal to 2 values, xbk, xb1, xb2, 2 particular values, that is xb1, xb2, not here 5 by 2 minus 3 by 4. So right, so xb1 is equal to xb1 dash, that is 5 by 2. Minus this is k is equal to 1, r is equal to 1, y11, u1, that is the first one. Similarly, second one, xb2 is equal to xb2 dash, that is k is equal to 2, minus yk, k is equal to 2, 2, 1 multiplied by u1. These are the 2 particular values you have to calculate, that's all. Now come and calculate xb1 dash, that is 5 by 2, this is 5 by 2, okay, minus y11, that is the value here, values are to be considered here 0 and minus 1 by 2, first one 0, that is this one, minus y11 is 0, yr values are this, y11, y21, right? So therefore minus 0 into u1 is equal to, this is what the value here we have written clearly, 4. So hence this is 0, this is 5 by 2, therefore 5 by 2, this change of this is not changed. This was not changed. Now you see here, what about this one? So now you see xb2 dash, that is minus 3 by 4. That is minus 3 by 4, second one. Minus y21, that is minus 1 by 2, second one, second element. Minus 1 by 2 multiplied by 4. Okay, hence it is, you see here, this is 2 2s are, that is this is minus 2, minus of minus plus 2. minus 3 by 4 plus 2. 4 2s are 8. 8 minus 3, 5. Hence it is 5 by 4. Now you see, it is positive. What did I say? This is unusual. It should not be negative. Whatever the value of xb, if the value of xb is negative, what is our objective? All xi's must be greater than or equal to 0. That is the fundamental definition of non-negative properties in the linear programming problem. It must be satisfied. So therefore, we must have the values must be positive in any kind of technique of simplex, whether it is bounded variables or revised or simplex or big gamma 2 phase. Right. So therefore, now you see it was changed as plus 5 by 4. That is nothing but updating the variables. Updating the variables. That is nothing but that is what are the values of xbi which we have updated. Okay. Now you see. Now we come and consider. You see. This is what substituting at its upper bound. Substituting at its upper bound. Upper bound. Finish and updating the variables. Both are calculated in this particular step only. Now put it 0 level. Put it at 0 level. Which particular one? X1. The variable x1. X1 is non-basic. For this variable we are doing this. So for this variable now further we have to put it 0 level, which means now write the formula xr is equal to ur minus xr dash, where xr dash lies in between 0 to ur. 0 less than equal to xr dash less than equal to ur. Now you see here xr. So now what is r? You have to always keep what is r. Keep in your mind that what is r? It is 1. So therefore it is x1 is equal to u1 minus x1 dash, where 0 less than equal to x1 dash less than equal to what is u1. Okay, we write next step. It is u1. So therefore, if you write here x1 is equal to what is u1? It is 4 minus x1 dash, where 0 less than equal to x1 dash less than equal to what is u1? It is 4. This is what the putting at 0 level. Why we have to substitute, that is put at 0 level? Why we have to put at 0 level? Because now you see here, whichever the variable x1 is equal to 4 minus x1 dash. If you don't put it the x1 dash at, that is this particular variable x1 at 0 level, then the values of x1 may be negative. It may take any kind of negative value. So therefore we have to put at 0 level. The lower bound may be something else other than 0. So therefore, whenever you have a positive lower bound, you must have to put at 0 level. That is what the main objective of this particular procedure. Bounded variable technique. In the bounded variable technique, whenever a particular variable has a lower bound as positive, for example 2, then you have to put it at 0 level. You have to subtract from 2 like that. So that is the reason why it is going to be done. So now we can easily identify that x1 is changed as 4 minus x1 dash, and x1 dash the limits are 0 to 4. So it was put at 0 level. x1 dash now. Right. So therefore, whenever x1 is changed as 4 minus x1 dash, now you have to calculate two particular things. One objective function. Second one, constraints. Of course, no need to calculate the constraints. I have clearly explained in the previous lesson, one previous class, that is the same particular problem. So in which it was easily observed that how the constraints can be changed in the simplex table directly. I'm sorry. In the simplex table directly. How can be? So I again explain now. So therefore now I calculate the objective function. What is the objective function? That is plus 25 I have written here. Remaining that can be observed from this from these casts. So therefore I am writing the objective function maximizing z is equal to 3x1 minus 5 x2 double dash. Remember, it is y2 double dash, therefore x2 double dash. You can refer the objective function which I have calculated, plus 2 x3 plus 0 into x4 plus 0 into x5. I am not writing for time being, plus 25. Only I am observing the changes. So it's equivalent to be, now x1 is 4 minus x1 dash, that is 4 minus x1 dash minus 5 x2 double dash plus 2 x3 plus 25. Now you have to change the you have to observe what are the changes that took place in the objective function. Similarly, constants. Now you see here, 3 4s are 12. I add to 25. Leave it. So 3 into minus x1 dash, that is minus 3 x1 dash minus 5 x2 double dash plus 2 x3, which are variables. The coefficients of the variables, etc. Now 3 4s are 12. 12 plus 25, 37. 37. So now the constant is changed. It is not 25. Now 37. You have to, if for example problem was finished, no problem. Otherwise you have to keep that plus 37. Always you have to add in the objective function. After calculating z, you have to add 37. Okay. So these are what the changes. So of course constraints also. I have explained very clearly constraints. Therefore I am not explaining now. Okay. You please recollect. Just I tell you directly the point how to make the changes. So therefore, now with the help of these updating the variables, putting at 0 level and calculating the objective function, now you have to calculate further. That is, now you have to calculate, go to simplex table 5. But of course you have to keep in your mind that that case theta is equal to theta 2 was not finished. We are in the same case. We are now ending this case. All 3 points were completed in 2 simplex tables. Simplex table 3, simplex table 4. First one, we have finished the calculation of some y2 double dash enters, y1 leaves. The calculation as usual simplex procedure. Second one, now you see here, with our calculations, it's substituting, and we have identified a non-basic variable at x1, and we have substituted its upper bound, and we have calculated and updating the basic variables, and then we have putting at 0 level, that is x1, and after that we have calculated the objective function. What are the changes are there in the objective function? What changes have took place, and then we have calculated clearly, and then we have to formulate simplex table 3. I am formulating in simplex table 5. I am sorry, next simplex table, that is simplex table 5. Okay, now you have to observe the cast here. First of all, change the cast. Minus 3, minus 5, 2 and 0 0. So minus 3. So it is x1 dash. So hence it is minus 3. And this is y1 dash, not x1 dash. Now this is x1 dash the variable. It is y1 which refers only x1. Now it was changed as y1 dash. So y1 dash. Are you able to understand this one? Follow it clearly. So it is y1 dash now. And all the changes are to be included. All the changes. What are the changes which are took place in this particular procedure? You have to change it. According to that, you have to change everything. That is what the actual procedure of following the bounded variable technique. Whatever the changes which took place in the updating variables, putting at 0 level, objective function, constraints, of course we have not calculated the constraints. Constraints also need not be calculated, but can be observed directly. Okay. So now these are the values are going to change. You see, I will tell you which will be changed. Okay, which will be changed. So updating variable, which variable was updated? X1. Therefore, these values are going to be changed. These values cannot be changed. Of course, this is again to be calculated. This is again you have to calculate. So therefore, I am arranging so need not to calculate all the values. So we will calculate the values here, and again we calculate ZJ minus CJ values and Z value. Okay, Z value is going to be calculated again, and ZJ minus CJ values are also going to be calculated. Only the changes are took place. Only the changes are taken place here are xb and y1 dash. Okay, now y2 double dash cost is minus 5. Okay, now we have to go and see xb and y1 dash. What is x? What are values of xb? You have 5 by 2, 5 by 4 updated values, 5 by 2 and 5 by 4 and 5 by 4. Okay, and then y1 dash, previously y1 dash is 0 and minus 2, minus 1, 0 and minus 1. I see the values. The previous table, simplest table 4, it is 0 and minus 1 by 2. It is 0 and minus 1 by 2. These two values are, we must have to follow the previous table. It is 0 and minus 1 by 2. I write here 0 and minus 1 by 2. These are the values previously we have. Now, according to the, if the cost function, it was it has the value, it is negative value. For example, if it is 3, in the previous way it is the cost of the y1 is 3. Now it is y1 dash cost is minus 3. So similarly, whatever the coefficient of x1 dash, all the coefficient of x1 dash in the constants again are to be changed by multiplying minus. For example, you have plus, then it becomes minus. For example, you have minus, then it becomes plus. Like that, the change of the coefficients, the sign of the coefficients in the constants as well, it is going to be changed. That is what I have explained in the previously. I have calculated clearly. I took one constraint and I have calculated. Similarly, you can also calculate now, no problem. So it is the value 0. It should also take, you should multiply for all the coefficient minus. So 0, you multiply with minus 0. Minus 1 by 2, multiply with minus. So plus 1 by 2. Clear? This is what, if the cost was changed as minus 3. Again, I tell you the point, please remember again. So if the cost in the objective function, if the cost function was changed, for example, usually the coefficient will not change. For example, here we have 3. 3 will be the coefficient always. Similarly in the constants as well. తెలుగులో చెప్తున్నాను, కాస్ట్ ఫంక్షన్లో కోఫిషియంట్ ఎంత ఉందో అది మారదు, దాని సైనే మారుతుంది. అలా సైన్ మారినప్పుడు కన్స్టెంట్స్లో, అంటే ఇందులోని y1 డాష్లో ఉండే కోఫిషియంట్స్లో ఉండే కన్స్టెంట్స్ దాటి సైన్ కూడా మారుతుంది. కావాలంటే కన్స్టెంట్స్ రాసుకొని క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకోండి. ఆల్రెడీ నేను క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసి చూపించాను అంతకు ముందు కేసులో. సో అర్థమవుతుంది కదండి. సో ఇక్కడ 3 ఉంది, మైనస్ 3 అయింది, అందుకని ఇక్కడ కూడా నెగిటివ్ మారాలి. నెగిటివ్లో మైనస్ తోటి మల్టిప్లై చేయండి, వాటి లేకపోతే సైన్ మార్చేయండి. ప్లస్ ఉంటే మైనస్ వేసేయండి, మైనస్ ఉంటే ప్లస్ వేసేయండి. 1/2 మారదు, 0 మారదు, కోఫిషియంట్స్ మారవు, బట్ సైన్ మారుతుంది. అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకోండి. కావాలంటే ఈ 3 మైనస్ 4 మైనస్ x1 డాష్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి అన్ని కన్స్టెంట్స్లోని. కన్స్టెంట్స్లో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే యూ విల్ గెట్ ద వాల్యూ. మీకు ఆ సైన్ మారుతుంది. అప్పుడు మైనస్ 1/2 ఉంటుంది, మైనస్ 1/2 ఉంది అనుకోండి, మైనస్ పోయి ప్లస్ వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ 2 ఉందనుకోండి, 2 ప్లస్లో మైనస్ 2 రావాలి, మైనస్ 2 ఉంటే ప్లస్ 2 రావాలి. అలాగే సైన్ మారుతుంది, బట్ కోఫిషియంట్ మారదు. కోఫిషియంట్ డోంట్ చేంజ్. హియర్ 3, the coefficient, it will not change, but sign of the coefficient is changed because of this. You see here, this is what, 3 into x1, 3 into 4 minus x1 dash, therefore minus 3x1 dash. The 3 coefficient was not changed, but the sign was changed. So therefore, if the sign was changed, then you have to change the sign of the coefficients in the constraints. In the constraints, which means in the vector, you have to multiply with minus sign. 0 into minus 1/2 into minus, therefore it is plus 1/2. That is what changes which are taken place for the next simplex table. These were all the changes which are observed here by updating the variable, substituting at its upper bound and putting at 0 level objective function, and all these values have been substituted here, and now you have to calculate again net evaluation z. Again now you have to calculate z and net evaluation. What is z? Minus 5 into minus 5 by 4 plus 5 by 4, that is minus 15 by minus 25 by 4 plus 37 120 28 148 minus 25. So 148 minus 25, 320, 123 divided by 4. So it is minus 25 by 4 plus 37. It is 123 divided by 4. Am I right? It is nothing but the calculation minus 25 by 4 plus 37. Or you can observe here plus 37. It is nothing but 123 divided by 4. Okay. Now remaining calculations. Minus 5 into 1 by 2. I calculate all the calculations here. So now we have to calculate net evaluations for all vectors. Again we have to calculate net evaluations, recalculation. So which means minus 5 into 1 by 2, minus 5 by 2 plus 0, minus of minus 3, plus 3. So 3 2s are 6, 6 minus 5 is 1 by 2. And it is 0. It is 15 by 4 minus 2, 7 by 4. And this is 0. And this is plus 5 by 4. Now you see all the net evaluations. Therefore I am not calculating this. Since all Zj minus Cj values are greater than equal to 0. Therefore all Zj minus Cj net evaluations are greater than equal to 0. Hence the current solution is an optimum basic feasible solution. Therefore I am not calculating ui minus xbi values and further calculations whatever it is. So therefore the solution of the given linear programming problem bounded variable technique is nothing but maximize z is equal to 123 divided by 4 at x1 is equal to x1 is equal to 0, x2 double dash is equivalent to be 5 by 4, and we have to calculate x2 x1 if necessary. If x2 double dash, we calculate x2. Okay, we come back and calculate x2. What is the value of x2? I did not remember, so that I take the value from the textbook, right? So and all the values I calculate x2 double dash is 5 by 4. Therefore x2 value is x2 is equal to x2 dash plus 2. You go back and observe what are the values of x2 in terms of x2 dash, x2 double dash. x2 is equal to x2 dash plus 2 and x2 dash is equal to x2 dash is equal to x2 is equal to x2 dash plus 2, and it was I'll substitute x2 dash value here. Yeah. x2 dash is equal to x2 dash is equal to 3 minus x2 double dash. This is what the value. From this we calculate the value. x2 dash is equal to 3 minus x2 double dash. x2 double dash is 3 minus 5 by 4 is equivalent to be 4 3s are 12. 12 minus 5 7 by 4. 7 by 4. This is what x2 dash. Now again substitute here. It is x2 dash. x2 dash value is 7 by 4 plus 2 is equivalent to be 4 2s are 8. 8 plus 7 15 by 4. So that is what the value of x2. x2 value is 15 by 4. Similarly, some extent we have to calculate x1 dash because of the x1 is equal to 4 minus x1 dash. We can also calculate x1 value, but even then, but actually, if x1 y1 is not here, we cannot. We don't have a value of x1. That is our usually we have in the simplex procedure. But whereas here, it may be the value because of the change in the y1 dash. Because x1 dash maybe you have some particular value. So x1 is equal to 4 minus x1 dash. x1 dash is 0. I consider why? Because you see here y1 dash, y2 dash, y3 are the variables here. So therefore x3 is 0. These are the three values we have from the table. x1 dash is 0, x2 double dash is 5 by 4, x3 is equal to 0. Because x3 is not here, y1 dash not here, y3 not here. Therefore x3 value is 0, x1 dash 0. x1 dash is 0, therefore 4 minus 0 is equal to 4. So x1 value is 4. You remember, this is the value of x1. This is the way you can calculate x1. Even though x1 is not here, but x1 is calculated. x1 is equal to 4. So x1 is equal to 4, but x3 there is no option to calculate x3. Therefore x3 is 0. Therefore the optimum solution it is going to be obtained minimize that is maximize that is equal to 123 by 4 at x1 is equal to 4 and x2 is equal to 15 by 4 and x3 is equal to 0. This is what the solution is going to be obtained for the respective problem. It is going to be obtained, and this is what the calculation of the bounded variable simplex technique, for which you may occur three cases. If you study the three cases clearly and thoroughly, if you study the three cases thoroughly, then definitely it is not a difficult problem, then definitely you can do the problem. This is what the procedure of bounded variable simplex technique. Hope you understand, hope you you can understand and you can do the problem very easily. Thank you.